Right guys, nobody likes something when you get it off a production line and it's clearly made in a factory. You want it to be a little bit special, don't you? So I am customizing my cold steel swords. So we have the cold steel dirk, the arming sword and the hand and a half, all from the Men at Arms series. So if you're unaware, I like black and gold. So there's my Narnia, there's the thingy of the sky. You can see everything's got a black and gold sort of theme. Mainly white, to be fair, mainly white. Tomatoes too cold for tomatoes at the minute out there. So as you can see, I enjoy the idea of black and gold. I've gone as close to black and gold with my Taj as well. So, and of course, the Cummins tartan, the Cummins clan history, because my name is Anthony Cummins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the hand and a half sword, and you have to excuse the mess, it's a working day. So I've gone for smooth this time. I did have hammered last time, but I've gone for smooth direct to rust metal paint Hammerite. The tape has taken it off, but it is Hammerite paint, which is one of the best paints you can pretty much use for putting it on anything. You're never getting it off. Okay, so what I'm doing is masking taping. So fire's still roaring, sword is there, sheathless, scabbardless if you like, and what I'm doing now is putting the tape on. So I make a spacer, put the next tape on, do it. That's the front, of course, but I try and get that down because you do find that a little bit squidge out. So what you have to do is when it's finished is then get black paint and do it before you varnish at the end. Okay everyone, so Hammerite gold is going on. As you can see, you've got to leave enough just to pull the strips off, but you've got to do half. And I always go down the edge of each one, so I'm going on the edges. So then what I've got to do obviously is wait for hours for that to dry. Hammerite takes forever to dry, which is good because it just, you know, literally sort of becomes solid. So then I'll switch it over when it's almost dry. It's prepped up on a bit of a stick, and then I will switch it over and do the other side, then leave it overnight or a couple of days and then strip it down. My socks are drying over the fire. As you can see, they got holes in because they're my Christmas socks that didn't even last 2 months, but they are still really warm, but I got them wet yesterday. So there you go. So the blade is out, the cold steel blades. I'm using Hammerite paint to do both sides. Right, as you can see guys, there are small sort of like leaks and everything. So what I do is I normally get a little bit of a straight edge and pull them off as much as I can, and then I will start painting them to go over them. You see it's slightly raised because it's Hammerite, and I will then paint those in a bit black, which I'll show you, and you can then see, then I will varnish over it. Right guys, look at that. This is my hair day of not doing anything. So I've got some black paint and I've got my scabbard, so I'm going to cover up those little gold bits and then we'll get on to varnishing it. Right guys, I've done that now. We've been using acrylic, which would wash off in the rain, but we're going to now do the spray clear varnish outside. So I'm going to do it outside because otherwise it get really thingy in here. It's looking quite good. All those bits that bled on the back because of the stitching have gone. And if you look up close, you can see some of the brush strokes and some of the things where it's dripped a little bit. But I've got rid of most of them, but from a distance. But it's got a wonderful sort of contrast, if you know what I mean. A little bit of a contour. And you can see they're raised ever so slightly. So as you see, I love black and gold, as I said. So it is now time to make this join the black and gold sort of system. Right, that's done now. You can see the much shinier surface. So look at that for gorgeous. Bing! So what I will do now is let that dry. Obviously it'll dull a little bit. Get the sword in it, put it up with the rest of them and see how it goes. God, that is horrific. So let's see how it goes from there. I don't want to keep these in the end, to be honest. I want to get some proper ones made that are even better. So, but for the meanwhile, this makes them connected to my household. Right, guys, I've got the old the Cummins' weapon is out. I usually get arrested when my weapon's out. So, right, 3-in-1 oil going on it. So I put a little bit of dash of 3-in-1 oil on that side, on that side. Seems to do quite well, actually. This is not an antique, so as much as people say, oh, use this oil, that oil, it's not going to, it's going to get used. So I'll keep my oil on it there. That keeps it quite nice. Then let's give it a go. He loves only gold. People sing to me like, he loves only gold. So there you go, guys. There it is. How cool is that? How mint is that? I'll be honest with you, up close you can see a little bit of the lines and you can see a little bit of that, and there's some air bubbles here and there. But on the whole, imagine that now as in full armour. If one day I'll get the full armour in gold and black with the family crest on and everything, and it's going to cost me about £5,000, which is outside of my budget at the minute, because you've got to get decent armour, haven't you? £10,000, something like that. Because yeah, and I'm not up. A lot of people say there's armour out there that's just terrible, but you want proper armour, so I'm going to get that made. And then I was going to put gold in there, but because it's not an exact line, you're sort of going up over something, you can't get them. I've tried it before on other things, it doesn't quite work. So I am, as I say, going to get these scabbards replaced one day. But for the minute, it looked pretty good. So let me put it up there. And there they are, guys. You can see the other ones are duller because they've been there for a long time now. So they could do with a re-thingy. But how cool is that? Eventually, I want to get on the hilts Cummins of Lancashire stamped into it, but in a really nice font, or get a sign writer to do something. I would love my crest to go on there, either painted or engraved. But they're the bits I'm going to do. But I'm not going to push it too far because I don't know if I'm going to change that yet. Socks are still there. I didn't even wear them today. You see there where I tried to do it in the middle, but it's not quite perfect because you can't match it up. So I didn't do the same as that. But there you go, guys. How mint is that? If you really like warrior culture, then please do get yourself a copy of this. It's The Ultimate Art of War, a step-by-step guide to illustrated teachings of Sun Tzu. I think this is one of the best books I've ever done. So do get yourself a copy of that, guys. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Some of the people who follow me should be answering my comments for me, which I'm sorting out at the minute with my channel. But beyond that, get yourself a cold steel sword. Give it a bit of customization, try and get it engraved, do anything you can to make it a bit more you, and let me know in the comments below, you know, do you follow a theme or a family crest theme or anything like that? Right, Ultimate Art of War, guys.